There, so this is the interior of my Lunar Roadstar, which is about 13 years old now. It's a very nice van. It's in good condition, but there are a few things that started to happen. Was that the corner sections of all these blind surrounds had all gone yellow, and it was quite unsightly. So I've taken them all off and taken the trouble to prime them and paint them in a matching colour. So that's one thing that has been done. The other thing that we did recently was to change the floor covering. It was a rather unsightly parquet flooring vinyl which had been covered in carpet, and I've used click a vinyl and redid it, piece by piece, so that you get a nice neat finish, and finished it off by the step there with some Sikaflex. The next thing that we're going to do is to install a microwave oven. So we've looked everywhere to see ideally where it could go. I've decided it's going to go into this locker. I did consider that I would actually do away with this door, actually cut a hole in it, leaving the line as it is, but it seems that we may never get doors like this again. So I've decided that we've taken away from the back of the seat here the ply lining which matches the wood, and I'm going to make a panel so that we can fit the microwave as low as possible so it's accessible, and then put that ply as a surround to follow the contour of the doors with the microwave sticking out. So we hope that's going to work. I'm going to start off by making a base for it, and then we've found the smallest microwave that we can get, and hopefully that will work. The other thing that I've decided to do is to change these little spotlights to LEDs. These at the moment are halogen, and whilst we've got plenty of battery capacity, they'll look a bit smarter. It'll make it look a bit more modern, and we'll use up less power. There is an option of just changing the bulbs. You can get LED bulbs for these now, but I've decided that I'm going to splash out and buy some new ones. So there we are. That's the plan for today. We'll see how we get on, and see you next time. Well, here's the roof of my Lunar Roadstar. Since we've had it, we've added a solar panel. This is a 200 watt solar panel which fits very neatly between these roof lights, and I've run the cable to the location where it can come inside the van, which is indeed just behind this aerial. So that's very neat. The fittings are actually 6 corner and centre units which are bonded to the roof and then screwed, and then the panel screwed to them. So I intend to fit an air conditioning unit onto this, which will fit where the roof light is at present. I'm hoping there's just going to be enough clearance for that to be fitted, and we will see. And then the intention is to fit a satellite dome, probably here, and if not a satellite dome, we will put an automatic satellite dish on here at the back. Okay, so the original battery, the leisure battery, was fitted under this seat, and it's a pretty pokey place, very inaccessible. and certainly not enough room to put 2 batteries comfortably. So I removed that and ran a cable, a fairly large cable, all the way under the van to the rear section of the motorhome, and fitted 2 110 amp hour leisure batteries in parallel, and fitted a voltage sensitive intelligent charging relay, which allows the engine, when the engine is running, when the voltage on the vehicle battery has reached 12.8 volts, it switches over and charges the leisure batteries as the engine's going on. When the engine is switched off and the battery voltage goes back down to 12.4, 12.5, then it cannot discharge back into the vehicle battery. But when the solar panel is charging, then once the solar panel reaches 12.8 volts, it will open up the circuit and charge the vehicle battery at the same time as the leisure batteries. I've then fitted a 2000 watt inverter with 2 sockets, basically one which is just down here for use of charging laptops, etc., and then a further separate socket just next to the other one to enable hair dryers and things like that to be used. We're going to fit the microwave, so I'm going to run another cable from there with a socket so that this can be used. Inside the cupboard here we have our solar controller. This is a standard solar controller, which seems to do the job pretty well, really. I don't have any issues, but I am going to change it for an MPPT charger, which optimizes the charge given by the solar panel to the battery according to the amount of sunshine that there is. It gives it a much more efficient use. So there we are, that's the solar panel. And then we have, in addition to that, we've got a little Bluetooth amplifier here, which is a little Chinese thing, but it's very, very good. And this is plugged into the TV, so when the TV's running, we play this through the auxiliary socket to the rear speakers here, and that seems to work very well. And then if I want to listen to some music from my phone, I just connect to the Bluetooth and I can play music that way. Now that runs, at present, that runs off of it's a 19 volts, so there is a laptop type adapter which is plugged in to the socket here, which is connected directly to the inverter. So there we are, that's our setup here. We seem to be getting, you know, on a sunny day, we seem to be getting a good charge rate, probably about up to 8 amps or so, which is adequate. I'm sure that if I were to put another panel on, we could improve that, but I think that for what we need, it is quite sufficient, really. Okay, that's about it on that. Okay, going on to the next stage now. I've got the brackets in, and I've cut some ventilation holes, top and bottom, and a hole in the neighbouring cupboard for the plug. And now I'm going to run some cables from the consumer unit and from the inverter, and put 2 sockets so that we can either run it from the inverter or from the mains. So there we are. So I've now got to, I've measured out the aperture, and I'm now going to cut out the centre part so that it looks neat and tidy.